Hello, my name is Adam Kahn, and this is my half-assed channel. I'm sitting here with Jacob. I hope you saw our last video where we opened an account at Sofi. So now's the follow-up where we talk about what we're going to do. We funded his account, and we put $10,000 in it. So that's a nice big number. And we're going to freeze our butts out in the cold weather because at least there's nobody chatting out here. So hopefully you guys can hear us. So talk loudly when we talk.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask Jacob some questions that I bet he hasn't thought of because we haven't gone over this and we haven't prepared. But this is what a person does when they're deciding what to do with their money. So Jacob, when you think of that money, I know we've talked a little about some ways to invest it.
Uh-huh.
What do you hope to do with it? Like, what's your goals for that money? And now, before you just answer, like, what I want you to think about is, do you have something short term that you want it for? Is your goal like you hope to buy a car one day or use it in the future, or you just hope it grows and you always have it? Like, what do you think?
I hope it grows and I always have, like, spare money that I need.
Okay. So I know one of the things we talked about was investing in some of the companies that pay dividends, right? So those of you who don't know, what that is companies that when you invest in the stock, sometimes on a quarterly or a monthly or a yearly basis, they pay out checks, like literal money. So for every dollar you put in, maybe you get a penny or 2 pennies or 5 pennies, depending on the company. So what Jacob and I talked about a little bit before, we didn't go into the details of the goals like we're talking about, but one of the things we talked is a way for him to give himself his own allowance. So when you weren't around, I went online and I did a search. And all I did was search for high-paying dividend ETFs. And I can show everybody how to do those types of things, but there are a ton of companies that you can choose from that do that. And here was my thought. Like, maybe we work backwards a little. So how does this sound? We use a certain amount of money, and you can help me with the math.
Uh-huh.
That you'll get $50 a month as your essential, whether you want to call it allowance or whatever it comes in. We'll do the math of how much money that takes to get your $50 a month. Mm-hmm. And then with the rest, we can pick some stocks that you can put it in that maybe you do a little bit better.
Okay.
So here's what I want us to do today that you can help with. I want you to name 5 to 7 companies that you like and use in your daily life.
Amazon for sure.
Okay, hold on. Let me write it down. Amazon. What else?
I think maybe Google.
Google. What do you use them for?
Like, I mean, they come in different platforms like YouTube and other stuff.
Those of you who don't know, Google owns YouTube and some other things. And I know nothing's sponsored. This is just conversation. Okay. So what's another company that either you use or you think they're the best company or you just know the name and think they're cool or whatever it is?
I think maybe Nike.
Nike? Okay. Give me another.
Apple.
Apple. I was surprised you hadn't said them yet, just because I know you really like your phone and your iPad. Yeah. What else? What else do you think?
I honestly don't know yet right now.
What about some fast food places you might eat at?
Oh yeah, McDonald's.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, careful. Don't be falling on the chair. So let me see if I can think of any that maybe you use. I don't know that I have any others. What about, like, you don't have to like it or not. What do you think of, like, Disney? You like them? Do you think that's one?
I mean, I like it and don't
I saw the reaction. Disney's out. Okay. What are some others? Facebook. What about Facebook? They own your Oculus.
Oh, yeah.
Do I have to convince you, or
No.
you like that? You think that's good
I thought
for the future?
Facebook was just Facebook.
No, they own Oculus and a whole bunch of Instagram. They own Instagram too. So you like them also?
Yeah.
Okay. Me too. That's kind of why I asked. So I don't mean to push them. I just think that's a good one. So, okay, so we can look at those and we'll look at some of the I wrote down after I did that search, instead of, I know that we were using just one, but I found like 6 or 8 different companies that all pay high dividends. So maybe we pick 3 or 4 of them and mix up the other. And that's where Jacob will help me with the math, so we know how many shares of each one based on the dividend it pays, so that he can receive the $50 a month. And what we'll do is each month or each time a dividend is paid, we can come back on and decide whether he's going to use that for something for himself, whether he puts it into more stock, or what he does with that. Does that sound cool?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe everybody, if you want to do a thumbs up or subscribe. I'm still going to figure out a way to do a code so that if you go sign up on Sofi, maybe Jacob gets another pull at the game,
and I get money.
Yeah, he hopes to win the $1,000. I'm good if it's $5. I like the little crane that goes up and down and pulls prizes out.
I want the $1,000.
Yeah, I just like to play the game. So anyway, we'll talk to you guys soon and have a great day.